Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear learners. Welcome to our class. This is me, your instructor Zia Hamid. Let's begin by reading our unit number 1. This is the last sermons of Nabi Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The competency of grammar we are dealing with, and this will be our lecture number 2. So let's begin by reading and understanding our students' learning outcome for this lesson. It says, use of articles correctly in speech and writing. So we are already familiar with articles. Now we will see that how we can use it correctly in both our speech and in our writing. It's as simple as that. So now here is a vertical linkage of this SLO with the previous grades one. Before that, let's begin by brainstorming. You know that the articles are divided into two categories, definite and indefinite. They are a, an, and the. In this brainstorm activity, we have some sentences for you. You have to fill it up. Fill the articles accordingly. Cat chased the mouse. So you have to fill it up, and then we will move forward to our main lesson, which is about articles. Let's look at the definition. Let's recall it. It says an article is a word that identifies the noun or noun phrase that comes after it as being either general or specific. So an article is a word that identifies the noun or noun phrase. This is what we learned so far. It comes after it as being either general or specific. If it's general, we use our indefinite articles. If it's specific, we use definite article the or the. So this was our definition. I hope that you remember it. Now let's see that there are two kinds of articles, definite and indefinite articles. Definite articles refer to a specific noun using the or the, while indefinite articles are used when a noun is not specific, which means it's in general. So that's when we use the indefinite articles. It's very simple and clear. Now let's understand what is definite article. So this is called the definite article because it normally points out some particular person or thing, as he saw the doctor, meaning some particular doctor. We are talking about a particular doctor, not a general one. That's why we used the. In the next example, the definite article is used before singular countable nouns, plural countable nouns, and uncountable nouns. For example, the book, the books, the milk. So this is how we use the definite article. Now let's talk more about the definite article the. The is called the definite article and it refers to specific nouns. The definite article can be used with singular, plural, or countable nouns. For example, the apple I ate yesterday was sweet. Here we are talking about that apple, that particular apple that was eaten yesterday. So that's why we are using the to refer to that specific thing. The book on the table is mine. Here the book, the specific book is being talked about, and that's why the article the is used here in this sentence. So after learning about the definite articles, now let's move forward to indefinite article. The word an, when precedes a word that begins with a vowel. We know that we use the word an before a vowel, and now the word a when it precedes a word that begins with a consonant. simple rules of using a and an accordingly and in the correct way. Indefinite article, let's see. We have some examples like an enemy, an ink pad, an orange, an umbrella, an hour, an honest man, an air. So with these we used the indefinite articles. In this case, all of them are having an before them because they begin with vowels. It will be noticed that the words hour, honest, air begin with a vowel sound as the initial consonant H is not pronounced. So exception is there. Even with the H sound, we are using the sound of a vowel, ignoring H, and we are not using it. H is not pronounced, hence the rule applied the same. So here, before a word beginning with a consonant sound is used as a boy. Here we have boy, a consonant, that's why we are using a reindeer, a woman, a yard, a house, and other examples. So now a 1 rupee note such as a one-eyed man, because 1 begins with the consonant sound of W. O is a vowel, but the sound it's giving is of W, that's why we will use the indefinite article a with it. So now the rules are clear about using an and a with their in their correct place. Now when we talk about a particular person or thing or one already referred to, that is when it's clear from the context which one already when it is clear from the consonant which one we mean. For example, the book you want is out of print. Which book? The one you want. So that's why we used the, because we are talking about a specific book. Let's go to the park. The park in this town. It's understood from the context that the park is in the town that is near or that is often frequent. That's why we use the, because we know from the context that we are talking about a particular place. So this is how we use the definite article the in different situations. Now let's see another rule. When a singular noun is meant to represent a whole class, for example, the cow is a useful animal. The cow represents the animal class of the cows, that's why the is used before it, or we may say cows are useful animals. The horse is a noble animal. Here we are talking about the animal category of horses, that's why we are adding the before it. The cat loves comfort. Same rule applied here. So this is another situation in where we use definite articles. Now let's see another one. So we use definite articles before some proper names like these kinds of places, names, oceans and seas. The Pacific Ocean, we know it's a particular place. The Black Sea. Also, if we are talking about rivers, the Chenab, the Nile, or canals, deserts, groups of islands, we are talking about mountain ranges, a very few names of countries which include words like republic and kingdom. For example, let's read this one, the Irish Republic. So these are different situations and scenarios in which we use the definite article, followed by some examples also. So now some more before the names of certain books, as the Quran. We know the Quran is one, we are talking about a particular specific book, that's why we are using the Puranas, the Iliad, before names of things unique of their kind as the sun, the sky, the ocean, the sea, the earth. This is when we are using the definite article the. Also another one is before a proper noun when it is qualified by an adjective or a defining adjectival. clause. For example, the great Caesar, the immortal Shakespeare, the Mr. Roy whom you met last night is my uncle. So this is when we are using the definite article the before a proper noun when it is qualified by an adjective. So these are the rules that are worth remembering. Number 12 will be as an adverb with comparatives, as the more the merrier. So with this one we are adding the definite article. By how much more? By so much the merrier. The more they get, the more they want. So when we are using these comparatives, we will be using the definite article. So are we using articles all the time? No. There are some rules to not use articles. Let's go through them. The article is omitted when before names of substances and abstract nouns, for example, uncountable nouns used in a general sense. Sugar is bad for your teeth. Here, no article is used. Gold is a precious metal. We did not use any article because we are talking about names of substances or we are talking about abstract nouns. When we are doing such things, we will not be using any kind of articles in this manner. So some more rules are before plural countable nouns used in a general senses, such as children like chocolates. Computers are used in many offices. So here we are using plural countable nouns, so we will omit the use of articles. Some more rules are before plural countable nouns used in a general sense, such as children like chocolates, computers are used in many offices. We have already done these examples. Before most proper nouns, for example, except those referred to earlier, namely names of people like Ali, Rahim, names of continents, countries or cities, etc., Europe or Pakistan. So you can see that no articles are used. Also, before names of meals, for example, they are also used in general sense as what time do you have lunch? Dinner is ready. Our dinner is ready. The dinner is ready. We will not use these articles in this situation. Some more rules are when we are talking about languages, we are studying English. We can't say that we are studying a English, we are studying the English. We would rather say we are studying English. Before school or college or university, church, bed, hospital, prison, when these places are visited or used for their primary purpose. I learned French at school. We go to church on Sundays. Before names of relations like father, mother, aunt, uncle, and also cook and nurse, meaning our cook, our nurse, as also an example of father is returned. So in these situations, no articles will be used. Some more rules are before predicative nouns denoting a unique position, a position that is normally held at one time by one person only. He was elected chairman of the board. Mr. Banerjee became principal of the college in 1995. In certain phrases consisting of a transitive verb followed by its object. For example, to catch fire, to take breath, to give battle, to cast anchor, to send word, to bring word, and these other examples. So these are some rules that are worth remembering, in which no articles will be used. They are interesting and they are easy to remember also. So now, after reading all the rules of using articles and not using them accordingly, we are going to see our classroom's activity. We will be working in pairs, taking or choosing a picture from your book, magazine, newspaper, etc., and describe it using complete sentences, paying attention to the appropriate use of articles and the omission, the not using of articles when applicable. So by doing this classroom activity, both the usage of articles and the omission will be covered. Also, my dear fellow teachers and my dear learners, we have a worksheet for you. You can easily solve it and learn more about articles in the following sentences. You will be looking for a and the in this one. So now for your homework, what do we have? We have a question from your page number 2. It says complete the following paragraph by using the appropriate articles. So this will be your homework, and now at the end we would like to tell you that we have resources added in the description of the video for your help. We have worksheet, a presentation, a lesson plan, question bank, skill sheet. All these things are added. I hope you had great time learning about articles and their usage in detail. Until the next lecture, this is your instructor Zia Hamid signing off. Allah Hafiz.